we are going to make it our business to come here almost every other day until the reforms and the changes we intend to see here are not only achieved but also sustained. So this morning I have come back. When I came yesterday, there was a crowd of people who were hanging around this place, and I'm happy to report our officers have implemented the directives we gave yesterday that no member of the public is supposed to stay within this facility if they have no business with the functions being offered here. So I'm very happy that our officers here, especially the law enforcement officers, have implemented that decision. We have further directed that no cars will also be allowed to remain stationary around here, and the only cars that will be allowed around here are cars that are dropping off passengers, whether members of staff or even visitors who are coming to this building. And I explained the reason yesterday, that the process which is going on here is a sensitive process. It must continue, it must proceed in a safe environment. And other than that, I think inside here, as you can see, there is a lot of order. Every day is better than the previous day. I have witnessed much more order than I found here yesterday. Again, I thank our staff, because they are the ones who are getting these matters achieved. So today it's a bit more orderly. The crowds are not as they were yesterday, and even the members of the public themselves have told me two things. One, they have told me that the queues that are here are moving, and you know that already gives them confidence that they are being attended to. So even if someone may stay here for an hour or two, at least they can see work is being done. It's only that perhaps it's not being done as good as we would want to see. They have told me therefore that the queues are moving, and I have witnessed for myself the queues are moving. I have also received feedback from members of the public that our staff are very professional and courteous. They are speaking to them very courteously and very professionally. And for me, that is what I would like to hear every other day, not just here in Nyayo House. That is what I would want to hear about our officers across the country. That we treat the members of the public with respect and decorum. So I think so far so good. However, I think we still have work to do. We still have work to do, because even the kind of queues we are seeing here, we intend to minimize the numbers of people that are here. So the reform journey continues. We'll be making other policy pronouncements in the coming days. And for me, I think this is now a place I'll be reporting almost every other day. Okay, so I'm here now. I'll be here much later, perhaps in the day. I'll be here every other day until we work together with my colleagues to ensure that this is a good place. In fact, now that the public perceptions about our services here have not been very good in the last few weeks, we have been challenged. All of us have been challenged. We want now to turn the story around. This place is going to be the most efficient service delivery point, not just in our ministry, but also we want to strive to be number one across the public sector. So we still have a journey to cover. We have not fully addressed the production issue. Our production of passports is still below the demand. We will bring normalcy by first addressing the entire backlog, and once the backlog is completely removed, we will stick to the directive that I gave in February, which is every applicant of a passport must receive it within 7 working days. And if it is an emergency, they must receive their document, their passport, within 24 hours. Once we sustain that objective, we will bring that timeline down again, but we want to go step by step. Once we achieve the 1 week timeline for the passport to be availed, we will set a new target, and by that time we'll have acquired more equipment, more printers, and we'll have invested a little more in more personnel and more facilities, including computers and IT technology. So the long story is this: the journey that we have started here, we are committed to complete it. Number 2, although there is some progress, we are not yet there. Number 3, the policy changes we have made here are going to be permanent. We are not going to have a rollback again. So going forward, it can only get better, and no member of the public will be harassed or mistreated in this space. As you can see, these members of the public have told me none of them have been asked by anybody for a bribe today. And therefore, the zero tolerance to corruption is non-negotiable. The people who are hanging around there and harassing citizens asking for bribes will not return to the space. And we'll keep the vigilance, we'll keep our intelligence alert, because it is possible for them to relocate to some corner nearby here and start doing the same thing. So we are monitoring even telephone conversations that we suspect could be conversations that are of criminal intent. Nobody will be spared. Finally, we had 2 problems here, 2 challenges. One was the challenge of technology and production. That is what was hurting service delivery here. The second challenge was the challenge of corruption. And we don't want to mince our words about that. The only caveat we want to place is that the issues of bribery, solicitation, and corruption involved very few people here, and many of them are members of the public who are pretending to be our officers, but they are just brokers from town and criminals. Even among our staff from the immigration and also our staff from the National Police Service who work here to support the work going on here, the majority of them are doing a good job. The public is saying it. And we want to applaud these officers and these staff members for doing that. And we want to ask them to continue doing that. The few members of staff, the few officers who may be tempted to try and roll back what we have started here, we will make sure that they don't succeed. And the same energy, the same commitment, the same consistency we have employed in dealing with other long-standing security challenges, we'll apply the same energy, the same vigor in the fight against cartels and corrupt people who have been trying to use their space to frustrate the people of Kenya. Kwa hivyo hii sio kazi ya siku moja. We are going to do a lot of changes. Part of it is infrastructure. We are going to have very nice banking halls, well furnished, with very courteous staff. We are going to increase the number of immigration officers. We are going to increase the number of printers. We are going to increase the number of public relations staff, customer service staff. We are going to uniform even our immigration officers, and we are going even to improve on their capacity around public relations. Every public official should be a public relations officer of one kind or the other. They must treat the people of Kenya well, and I'm very happy to be associated with the good work that is being done here by my colleagues, and I will support them. I will intervene for them. I've already made some success, as I said yesterday, in the area of budget, because budget has been a big issue, and the other things that are outstanding, we will address them as we go along.